Welcome back, everyone. Telling your friend that you have doubts about the person that he or she is dating, engaged, or married to, well, wow, that is a big-time slippery slope. While you might have some concerns, have there ever been any red flags that have actually just been way too much? You just can't ignore them. We thought this would be the perfect time to dive into that in Real Talk. So excited that Kara and Nikki stuck around. And we also have with us our community correspondent, Miss Myra Sky. Hi, ladies.
Hi, guys.
I know everyone's like, ooh, this is a sad topic, but I think we've all been there. So let's dive right in first. Have your friends, or did your friends ever approach you about someone that you were dating, and how did you react? Start with you.
Yes, and they were absolutely right, and of course I didn't listen to them at the time, and I spent a solid year trying not to listen to my own, because I think you know too, right?
Yes.
Yep. But sometimes you feel like you're so far in, or I remember it feeling a lot like, well, I've wasted all this time. Or not that I've wasted.
You've invested.
I've invested.
Like. Yeah.
I've invested so much time. Like I don't want to start over again. But that's when you get out of it, you think that's ridiculous. If I would have just cut it off then, I would have. Doesn't
cut
matter.
Your losses. Yes.
And you learn from it, so I think it's okay.
Yeah. How about you, Myra?
Same here. Of course, unfortunately, they were right when they've said certain things. You're just in denial. You don't want to believe it. You know, you're just kind of like, no, just wait, because he's going to be great. Watch, and you'll see.
Yes. And
watch, and you'll see, honey. You'll see.
They're like, no.
And then when the stuff starts happening that they were saying, you don't tell them. You keep it to yourself.
Right. Exactly.
They're like, I'm not going to tell them, because then they'll be like, I told you so.
Right.
But yeah, it stinks. There's been times, of course, and I didn't listen.
Nikki? In your past, if you had that great girlfriend or family member that was like, he's not right.
My girlfriends had an intervention with me, and I've also done the same thing with them. The problem was when they had an intervention with me, they were telling me things I already knew. And I told them that they were right, and I knew that they were right, but I was in a situation where I couldn't get out right then because I was honestly nervous that he may hurt himself. So I wound up staying with someone for a while that was mentally a little off of his rocker, and my friends were crying, like, you have to leave him, he's so terrible. And I'm like, guys, I will. And they were worried that I was wasting time. But honestly, I don't look back at it as wasted time at all, because when it needed to end and it had to end, it did.
Right.
I did also make a girl that I was a maid of honor in her wedding I made her call off her own wedding because she was cheating on her fiance.
Because you've talked about this one before in Real Talk, and I admire you so much. That is crazy, and I'm so proud of you for saying you are not doing, well, definitely the man any justice, but yourself is like, be true to who you are. You don't want to be with this guy. Don't walk down the aisle with him.
Correct.
Yeah, I will say I've unfortunately, same thing, you know, before Jim, I had those guys that I was hanging on to for whatever reason at whatever juncture in your life. And at one point, I remember one girlfriend saying, how could all of us be wrong and just you are so right? Like,
that's real talk. Real talk, boo.
Like, how, oh, really? Like, I love you, but how are all of us wrong?
Right.
And just you're right. Think it through.
Yeah.
And I think it is true. It's tough to have the courage to broach that subject. But Cosmo Magazine recently shared what red flags that people say they've seen in their friends' relationships. See if you think that how you would raise this issue, how you could go about it, and see if you've had these happen to you. Number one, he kept hitting on me. Duh, meaning your friend's boyfriend, spouse, her fiance would not stop hitting on me, calling me gorgeous, sexy, even telling mutual friends that he knows that I want him. It made me so uncomfortable. I tried to talk about it with, she blamed it on me. I hate that when the friend shoots the messenger.
That would be like
That's
the
so
easiest one to confront your friend about, because I'm like, this is what I have firsthand knowledge.
Right.
But then you're happening to me.
Yeah.
You're in a place where you're again, it's that denial. You're kind of like, nah, there's no way. You're the liar. And that's when you're like so manipulated at that point by that man that you're just, it's just crazy. And honestly, I was in a situation once where I saw my guy talking to another woman at this club that we were at, and I saw him slide his business card to her, and in my mind I was like, what is going on? But believe it or not, I was so silly. Oh my God. And if you're watching right now, that's why we're not together. Okay? False camera. Let me make that eye contact. We ain't together no more, are we? No, just kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, but it was years back.
Right. But you were just naive, or just...
And I was naive, and I was in denial, and I saw it with my own eyes. So if a girlfriend told me, and the girls that when you do and you still don't believe it, like it's just that silly denial about, you know, that you get in sometimes.
Right. I mean, I'm lucky. I guess I feel like I haven't had many of my friends, boyfriends, or definitely not husbands, hit on me. One time somebody did something and it all went down right as she was turning the hallway, and she saw it all. He was just being like totally inappropriate and tried to come in and like kiss me. And he had been drinking or whatever, but I'm lucky because I was just like, oh my God, what happened? And you know, we were in our late 20s, but luckily that was it. That's all it took. Luckily she didn't have, you know, to see that happen more than once.
What happened? Did she push him? And
well, it all happened so fast that and she just immediately walked straight to him, went in the room, started talking, and I left and went home and went, oh my goodness, what just happened? Okay, number 2, this red flag, he won't tell her that he loves her. So it's been a year. He says he won't say it because he's not sure yet. I feel like after a few months, you kind of know whether you want to commit to someone. Have you ever questioned why a friend's boyfriend just won't take it to the next level? I have.
Just attended a wedding in November where the couple finally got married. It took him 2 years to tell her that he loves her. And in the beginning, we were like, is that odd that he hasn't told? He's kind of a quirky guy, right?
Right.
So had we gone in so hard on the fact that he hadn't told her that he loved her, maybe they wouldn't be married now, which would be a very sad thing because they're fantastic.
You do think that they're good together? Maybe he was just being extra cautious.
Okay. How long did it take to get married?
I think
after
like 3.5 years. No. After saying that he loves her, I think like a year and a half.
So they were together for like 3 or 4 years before they got married. That's not bad.
Okay, but the I love you part, now that's what
took so long.
Extra.
No, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
So maybe as long as he was being consistent and a good guy, he was just maybe being caught. Maybe he had been hurt.
He's a professional athlete, and I think they oftentimes see the way girls act around athletes, and that's kind of what he's been around. So I think he was just extra cautious.
Yes.
I think you were right. But yeah, like in the beginning, it's like, why wouldn't you just tell her you love her? But I think that it's relative, right?
Yes.
But as long situational.
As they seem happy now. I love it. All right, this one. No brainer. He controls her phone and reads all of her texts. They live together, but every second they are physically together. They're constantly calling and texting each other. He insists on knowing her password, scrolling through her messages. Would you point out this concern? Absolutely.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
Yeah. Oh God! I think that that's such a control thing too. Obviously, it's distrustful. It's like. It's creepy, and I don't.
It's not attractive.
I actually had a guy that I was dating right before I moved here. Yes, thank God, unanswered prayers. And it was such projection on his part. He'd always be like, "Let me see your phone." And now I found out he was cheating on me, and I was like,
"That's why he was paranoid."
Yes, I wasn't doing anything, and literally I burnt my neck with a curling iron. He was like, "What is this?"
Are you serious?
I was like, "I burnt my neck. I know it hurts so bad." I was like, "What? Did somebody give me a hickey? What are you talking?" Like. Crazy time.
Usually the ones that are
crazy. We're all looking at each other.
Every time we're looking, we're talking to someone out there.
Yes.
But don't you think the ones that do that are usually when they're paranoid about you? It's because they're insecure or nervous about what their actions have been.
Yes.
That's usually what it is.
All this is making me do is just appreciate Jim even more.
I know.
I dated some real losers.
Same. Losers.
What do I say? Relationship goals. Your relationship goals. All you ladies are relationship goals.
But it's not easy. You have to kiss a lot of frogs. Okay, wait. Do we have time? We have time.
We do.
Okay, 1 minute. And the last one was, what are some of the other red flags that you've experienced when your friend was dating somebody? Let me think. I mean, all of these pretty much. The over being just smothering, the not I love you.
Won't post anything about you on their social media.
Now that's new. That's a newer thing. See, when I was dating Jim, we didn't have Facebook.
Let me tell you one. Let me tell you one. So recently, one of my girlfriends was dating this guy that she was falling really hard for. Great guy, great career for himself, had a lot of great things going. But he lived in Alabama. She lived here, and he'd always come see her. Always would come see her. She would never go to his house.
She's married.
Ever.
Yes.
And I started, and it's been 5, 6, 7 months.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, red flag. You're not going to his house at all.
That is not cool.
Does he even have a house?
Does he have a house? Weigh in. Do you know him? Tell us. All right, we'll be back with a little more Atlanta Company. Thank you, ladies. Fight for your friends. Fight for your friends.